Hey guys, this is Kristen from Weird Reddit. I just wanted to warn you guys that this video is going to have a description of what quantum physics is from a user on Reddit. I also wanted to let you guys know that if you do not want to watch the intros or the explanation parts of the videos, you can click the next chapter to hear the next story. Alright guys, enjoy! This is Kristen from Weird Reddit 111. Where we take a deep dive into glitches in the Matrix and the paranormal, I truly hope that you're enjoying these videos I produce on my channel. Your feedback is very valuable and I appreciate every like, comment, share, and subscribe I get on my channel. Truly warms my heart. Ask that you please continue to show support, and if you're new here, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, please help the channel reach 1,000 subscribers. I hope you enjoy today's videos, and remember, don't forget to slap that notification button. Here's a story that will make you question your reality. It comes from a user named Dovakin989. One morning, she was driving her 2-year-old son home from the babysitter's when she encountered a truck turning up a hill in front of her. She slowed down, but the truck stopped suddenly, causing her to crash into its trailer. The crash was severe. A part of the trailer pierced through the windshield, hitting her in the face. She tasted blood, felt the excruciating pain, and heard her son screaming in the back seat. Then she blacked out. But here's where things get weird. When she opened her eyes again, she was crashing into the trailer all over again. This time, however, the trailer twisted in the other direction, throwing a lawnmower into a ditch instead of piercing her windshield. Her son was still asleep in the back seat, unharmed. The crash was not as severe, and she walked away without a scratch. Confused and scared, she wondered if she had died and was stuck in a crash loop. But the reality was as it was. She was perfectly fine, and so was her son. The only thing different was the details of the crash. She doesn't know if it was a glitch, a divine intervention, or a coincidence, but she is grateful for her and her son's safety. Now, let's dive into the theory behind these bizarre experiences. Was it a glitch in the Matrix, or was it something else? Our first theory comes from Mac10X. I'm showing his theory on quantum physics before going into story mode, so you're updated on what quantum physics. Let's begin. I solidly do believe in the many worlds interpretation of quantum physics. Something like this happening would seem to be exceedingly rare and highly improbable. Improbable to the point of absurdly impossible. Unless, of course, you believe that our own consciousness exists in a sort of quantum state of superposition among multiple universes at once. That's the only way I can rationalize this as true in a quantum tunneling effect or an overlap of our separate space-times. When a quantum event interacts with other matter and energy, it decouples the realities. We refer to this as quantum decoherence. Coherence is when the event is still in a state of superposition. For example, a single electron fired at a double slit in a vacuum will travel along every path it possible can, based on the properties of the electron emitter, usually a cone shape. Some of these possibilities decohere when they strike the slit and do not go through either slit. However many, if the possible paths do pass through, both slits and particles in coherence can and do interact with each other. The result is an interference pattern on the detector screen placed behind the slit. What's cool is that we can break the coherence early by placing a detector that measures the changing magnetic or electric field of the passing electron to determine which slit it goes in. This prematurely breaks coherence of the quantum waveform, and the result is no interference pattern. For something like this to happen with people on a macroscopic scale is mind-boggling. Perhaps it's not superposition at all, but some other type of higher dimensional collision between two universe possibility bubbles. Keep in mind that decoherence does not make a new universe in its entirety. Rather, a decoherence bubble races away at the speed of light in all directions and eventually succumbs to background noise. This means that separate universes can be localized by a light speed bubble. On the scale of the Earth, however, well, it's a pretty short distance. Now, let's dive into a real-life story that might just be an illustration of the bizarre implications of quantum physics theory. This story comes from a deleted user, a guy who had a rather unsettling encounter with his girlfriend, or should we say, a version of his girlfriend. Imagine a sunny morning, you're outside your apartment, enjoying a cigarette, when suddenly your girlfriend, whom you had a wonderful evening with just the night before, pulls up in a taxi. You're pleasantly surprised, but that feeling quickly turns into shock when she slaps you across the face, accuses you of betrayal, gathers her belongings from your apartment, and leaves in a huff. Still reeling from the sudden turn of events, you stand there watching her taxi drive away. But then someone hugs you from behind, you turn around, and it's her again, your girlfriend. But this time she's in her running clothes, cheerful and clueless about what just happened. You look back at the road, the taxi is gone. It had driven away just seconds ago. You rush back to your apartment with her, only to find her bag missing and the remnants of her outburst still evident. The security cameras confirm your experience. You did follow a girl to your apartment, a girl who looked strikingly similar to your girlfriend, but whose face was never clearly visible. This bizarre incident led our protagonist to consult with a professor who proposed an unnerving explanation. He suggested that a mirror of our world running a nearly identical timeline might have temporarily collided with our own. This could theoretically result in the girlfriend's doppelganger from this mirror world breaking up with our protagonist, causing such a disruption that the two worlds split apart again. This story might just be a strange coincidence, a freaky occurrence, or maybe, just maybe, it's a real-life example of quantum physics theory in action. As we delve deeper into the world of quantum physics, we may need to start rethinking what we consider possible and impossible. In the next part of our exploration into the world of quantum physics, let's consider another story that can be seen as a manifestation of these strange theories. This tale comes from a user named VAPossum. Imagine being in a steady relationship for about a year with no significant issues. You and your girlfriend are both relaxed individuals, never having had a major argument or trust issues. One day, you're standing outside your apartment building, enjoying a cigarette. You had a great night with your girlfriend the previous evening, ending with her taking a taxi home. As you're standing there, to your surprise, she pulls up in a taxi. You greet her with a smile, but instead of a warm welcome, she slaps you across the face. She barges past you into the apartment, collects her belongings, and leaves, hurling accusations of betrayal and heartbreak at you. You're left standing there, completely confused and shocked as she drives away. But then something even more inexplicable happens. As you watch her taxi disappear, someone hugs you from behind. You turn around and it's her, your girlfriend. But now she's in her running clothes, cheerful and unaware of the dramatic scene that just unfolded. You rush back into your apartment with her to find her bag missing and the remnants of her outburst still evident. The security footage confirms your experience. You did follow a girl into your apartment, the girl who looked a lot like your girlfriend but wasn't her. This story, much like the one before, might just be a strange coincidence, a freaky occurrence, or maybe, just maybe, it's another real-life example of quantum physics theory in action. As we delve deeper into the world of quantum physics, we continue to challenge our understanding of what's possible and what's not. In this next peculiar narrative, we dive into the enigma of the forgotten memory. This story comes from a user named Tuneman808. Picture this, you're a teenager in the 80s, navigating the complexities of high school life in suburban Atlanta. After a summer fling ends, you remain friends with the girl. A couple of years later, she calls you up one night, asking to hang out. You agree, and she comes to pick you up along with a stranger. A girl you've never met before, which is unusual because you know most of the freaks in your county. You end up at some guy's house where your friend leaves you in the car with the unfamiliar girl. An unexpected spark ignites, and you find yourselves passionately making out. Suddenly, your friend comes running out yelling for you to drive away. You do, and she spends the entirety of the drive home sobbing, refusing to speak about what happened. Fast forward to your junior year in college, you cross paths with the strange girl again, this time through a male friend. You bring up that unforgettable night, but she denies it ever happened. You reach out to your female friend, who also denies the night ever occurred. The only tangible evidence you find about that night is a dark blue New Yorker, the car the strange girl was driving that night. When questioned, her father confirms that his wife did own such a car around the time of the mysterious event. Despite this, both girls continue to deny the incident, walking past photographs of each other without recognition. This story might make you question your own memories, the reliability of your senses, and the nature of reality itself. Could this be just a case of forgotten memory or miscommunication, or is it a manifestation of quantum physics theory? Could two realities be colliding, creating this paradox of memory? As we delve deeper into these stories, we continue to challenge our understanding of what's possible and what's not. In our next strange tale, we delve into the puzzling narrative of paradigm control. Imagine this. You're enjoying a sunny day biking around the quaint town of Elora with friends. You decide to cool off at the local gorge, but not without picking up a case of 12 cream sodas for the journey. Trying to balance the case on one of the bike's handlebars turns out to be a poor decision, as the case tumbles and breaks open at a crosswalk. After a scramble, you and your friends manage to save 9 cans, 3 for each of you. A little later, you, being a bit paranoid about losing things, decide to count your sodas. 2? You ask your friends to count theirs. They each have 3. You check your pockets, but there's no sign of the missing soda. You conclude it must have fallen out somewhere along the way. Fast forward to when you park your bikes in a nearby forest trail. As you hop off your bike, you kick something. It's a cream soda can just sitting near your foot. It wasn't rolling down the slope of the trail. It was just there. Your friends hadn't dropped any of theirs, and you still had your 2. The missing cream soda can had mysteriously reappeared at your feet. You try to rationalize it, thinking maybe you had put the can in your water bottle holder. But there was already a water bottle in its place. This inexplicable incident leaves you and your friends baffled. You jokingly attribute it to a wormhole, but the glitch in the matrix theory seems just as plausible. This story, while amusing, also stirs up questions about the nature of reality and the possibility of quantum physics at play in our daily lives. Could this have been just a simple oversight or a case of the quantum doppelganger? Or perhaps the universe just wanted you to enjoy that extra soda. Stay with us as we continue to explore these intriguing tales. Our next tale comes from Iaminfamy. Picture this: you're a sophomore in high school, hanging out at your girlfriend's house watching a movie. It's around 10 p.m. when the movie ends and you decide to skateboard home. It's a quiet suburban neighborhood and you only live 2 blocks away. As you're skating down a hill towards a larger yet seldom busy street, your board hits a rock. You're flung off your skateboard, skidding several feet on your head, right shoulder, hip, and knee. The pain is excruciating. You're immobilized. Suddenly, you notice a car about 30 yards away coming down the street. You're right in its path, your head aligned with the wheel. You try to move, scream, yell, but to no avail. The car is about 15 yards away now, and the driver doesn't seem to see you. There's no swerving, no slowing down. 10 yards. The sound of the car echoes in your ears. You close your eyes and brace for the impact, but nothing. You open your eyes. There's no car in front of you. You hear it behind you. You look in the opposite direction, tail lights fading in the distance. You hadn't moved and the driver hadn't swerved. It was as if the car had passed right through you or you through it. There's no logical explanation given your position on the street and the size of the car. Terrified, bloody, and baffled, you manage to hobble home and go to sleep. No one believes your story, but you know it's true. You can't explain it, but it feels like you've experienced a real-life glitch in the Matrix. Was it the play of Quantum Doppelgänger or another unexplainable phenomenon that saved you that night? As we delve deeper into these stories, the line between what's real and what's not becomes increasingly blurred. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel these mysteries. Our next account comes from NebelLicht, who worked at a small speedway store located next to a ghetto. One evening, while working alone, one of NebelLicht's regular customers came in, asking for a pack of Marlboro Red's 100 soft pack. NebelLicht, having developed a sophisticated technique of grabbing the cigarette packs and tossing them onto the counter, did the usual routine. However, something unusual happened. The pack, held between NebelLicht's index and middle finger, was swung down towards the side. But as the arm completed its curve, the pack vanished into thin air. It didn't hit the floor, the wall, or fly backwards into the open security door. It simply disappeared from this realm of reality. Both NebelLicht and the customer stood in silence, dumbfounded. NebelLicht performed the same stunt with another pack to replicate the sound it should have made upon hitting something, an odd thap noise. But there was no such sound when the first pack disappeared. NebelLicht then checked the entire store for the lost pack, even in places far from the counter. Yet the pack was never found. NebelLicht has experienced similar incidents with vanishing water cups, chocolates, and even childhood toys. It led NebelLicht to joke, maybe I'm a wormhole. A joke, yes, but given the inexplicable nature of these events, who knows? Are these simple coincidences, or are we peering into the strange, unexplained phenomena of quantum glitches? Stay tuned as we delve into more such intriguing stories. Our next story comes from PostSincerity, who had an uncanny experience in downtown San Jose. PostSincerity was on their way to meet some friends for a movie when they noticed a stylish couple dressed in dark clothes. After realizing they were going the wrong way, PostSincerity retraced their steps and returned to their starting point, only to spot another hip couple in the exact same spot, despite knowing they were different people. PostSincerity couldn't shake off the feeling that they were the same. The strange occurrences didn't stop there. As PostSincerity continued their journey, they found themselves stranded on a concrete island in the middle of a busy road with a mass transit train hurtling towards them. The train, just a foot away and showing no signs of slowing down, felt like a living creature, triggering a feeling in PostSincerity that the entire city was alive and harbored resentment towards them. The unsettling feelings escalated when PostSincerity felt they could perceive the mechanisms behind perspective. As they walked, they became hyper-aware of the subtle visual shifts caused by the bobbing of their head with each step. It was as if they were on the brink of uncovering a massive construction of plywood cutouts, moved mechanically to create the illusion of the world. This deeply unnerving feeling made them close their eyes intermittently as they continued their walk. Upon reaching the theater, the strange sensation subsided, and PostSincerity managed to enjoy the documentary Rivers and Tides. But the unsettling feeling of the city being alive and the fear of reality being a mere illusion has left an indelible mark on PostSincerity's memory. This story raises questions about our perception of reality and the possibility of quantum glitches affecting our day-to-day experiences. Could this be another evidence of the quantum world interfering with our reality? Or was it simply a psychological phenomenon? The mystery continues.
Hey guys, this is Kristen from Weird Reddit 111. Sorry about the delay for the video, but I was having a lot of issues. But till next time, thank you for watching Weird Reddit. Y'all are my truest fans. And I'm y'all fan.